Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. So, in the series of trying to understand the malefics for given ascendants, we are today doing going through the ascendant of Libra. We know that the heading itself is very tough malefics for Libra. Let us understand why that heading is there. We know that Venus is the ascendant lord of Libra, and anyway, the ascendant lord will be always malefic for the ascendant, but it is also the eighth lord. Being the eighth lord, it is a negative, it owns a negative lordship because it's a benefic planet, normally benefic planet, natural benefics, what we call, and when it owns a negative house, it's not good. So, Venus for Librans, Libra ascendant, is itself very partially benefic. So there is a malefic thing associated. That is, they crave to succeed. They crave to do something which is, they don't want to do the normal ones. They don't want to be the normal people. They want to do something extraordinary. And that craving might drive them into difficulties. So, uh, the next sign after that is Mars. So, going to that, we will understand that Mars is the second lord, which is defined as a Maraka. It is the seventh lord, which is again the Maraka. We are defining only second lord as Marakas in many places. Because when I defined for Virgo, I forgot that this is a Badaka, but it is also a Maraka. Jupiter was also a Maraka, so it was a malefic planet. I did not explain that, but anyway, being the second and the seventh lord, Mars becomes a very strong Maraka for this particular ascendant, and they do not have a good relationship with each other because it is a very tough signification, disparity between Venus and Mars. So, hence, Mars can be considered as a prime malefic. It will give very tough time for the native if it is badly posited. If it is going to be sitting in the fourth house exalted, it will give rise to Ruchaka Yoga, excellent position. If it is sitting in the seventh house, it might give Ruchaka Yoga, but not a great position. So these things people have to understand, because if it is sitting in the fourth house, Mars aspects the seventh with its fourth aspect, it aspects the 10th house, it aspects the 11th house, enhancing the chart and its strength. So Mars here is great for this particular ascendant, provided the Lagnadipati and the trine lords, that is Saturn and Mercury, are strong. But anyway, I am not going into the predictive techniques now. Let us understand malefics for the chart. So Jupiter being the third lord, once again a big negative, because Jupiter being the third lord itself will not motivate the person to go into a physical work. So, and again, Jupiter being the sixth lord, not a great thing. See, sixth house, it has to be a natural malefic house. Here, it's a natural benefic house. So, it's not such a great thing. People will, usually get surrender into difficult timings, the times in their life, the situations. They will try to avoid and they will not show their grit. So these things are not such a great, these things are not good positions for Jupiter, and Jupiter also becomes a prime malefic for this chart. So there are two prime malefics now. This is a tough combination. We have the best planet on Earth for Librans is Saturn, because it is the fourth lord and the fifth lord, giving rise to a Kendra Trikona Sthanadipatya Raja Yoga. So alone Saturn can give Raja Yoga for Librans, that is Libra ascendants. So very strong planet. So it's a beautiful benefic. So going to this sign now, these are the only signs which are left over now. So being the 12th lord and the 9th lord, it shares partial benefic and malefic results. So being the 12th lord, again a benefic having the 12th lordship, not such a great thing to happen. And for this particular sign, the Chararashi, the 11th lord becomes the Badaka, and it's the sun. So we'll not go to the Badaka now. So we know that the 9th lord, Mercury, is an extremely strong position, but the Mula Trikona Sthana of Mercury falls in this particular sign. So this is more important. This sign is more important, but it is the 12th house. So these people will prosper abroad, go to places where they have to be far away from family, far away from houses. They will prosper abroad. This in the predictive technology, techniques, we can understand this. So, but going away from family, it is not a benefic thing to happen. It is a malefic thing to happen. That is, it's a negative thing to happen for anybody. Leaving their close, relatives, friends, and family members from their birthplace, going away, far away somewhere, only for working, searching for a good opportunity. So that might be an opportunity, but still not such a great position. I take it as a negative. A slight positive because it is giving him the opportunity to go abroad and work there. Anyway, so this is a fantastic positive placement. Mercury in the 9th house as the 9th lord is a fantastic positive planet. 10th lord being the Upachaya Sthana Adipati, though this was Upachaya Sthana, these both are Upachaya Sthanas, I do not consider Jupiter a strong Upachaya Sthana Adipati because it doesn't give motivation. But Moon as the 10th lord gives superb motivation to this particular ascendant, though it is an inimical ascendant for it because it's in the Kendra, because it gets Kendra Adipatya dosha, but also then Moon as a luminary, it will shun all those doshas, it will not show all those doshas, and it will give very good results to Libra ascendant. So this is good, a small negative because of the dosha. Depending on where it is posited, once again, if Moon is posited along with a negative planet, it might give some negative results. But Moon is a benefic. Sun, being the 11th lord, the 11th house gives a lot of profit. But being the 11th lord, it should give negatives. But I consider this particular sun as a positive. I know why? Because this is the place where sun has the karakattvas, that is the signification of sannyasa. Sannyasa, leaving everything, renunciation, going towards spiritual elevation, only sun can give. He is the spiritual planet. So, for this particular ascendant, sun being the 11th lord, if it is very well placed in the chart, it might give spiritual elevation. If people do not want that, that's a negative then. But still, for me, sun being the 11th lord, giving spiritual elevation is a great thing to happen to a person because he will realize this birth. So that I will take it as a positive, but only with regard to renunciation, not with regard to material acquisition. There again, sun's position is very important. If it is going with a negative planet in the 4th house, in the 4th house with a negative planet, then he will become greedy. So let us say there is a combination of this sun and Jupiter in the 4th house. Jupiter is debilitated, sun is there in the 4th house. Let us say they are not combust. There is a distance between each other. The greed will be very high. They want to do a lot of property. Always they want to keep building and building big things, big kingdoms. So empires. So that's a different issue altogether. That's the 4th house. This is the 11th house. If sun is, let us say it's posited in the 11th house for Libra ascendant, beautiful position for sannyasa. So these are the only two prime malefics for Librans. But anyway, two prime malefics are very difficult to handle. There are only 9 planets, and if you leave out 2, you will get only 7. And out of that, there is one Rahu and Ketu, which we are not discussing at all because they are always considered malefics. I don't consider them like that, but still people consider. So there are only 5 planets left over now. So it's a tough position for Libra Ascendant. Thank you very much for today's class.